I met a Gypsy.
Pontiac, 2002.
Yep.
Maybe the best race ever.
Well, I think it was. Yeah.
Tell me about that race.
Oh man, it was interesting race. I felt decent all day on the bike. I actually had to go to the last chance qualifier.
I know.
I didn't make it out of the heat.
That is
I can't remember.
wild.
I think I must have crashed or something. But so kind of fast forward to the main event. I'm on the outside. Terrible gate pick. But
On a 2002 CRF 450,
450.
factory Honda.
Factory Honda. Thing was a beast.
Was it good?
It was good in a lot of ways, but there was still a lot of work that needed to be done. It was obviously carbureted, hard to ride. It was, I say hard. It was
You had to work.
explosive. It was a little too much for a 450. They're so much more mellow nowadays. They're easier
Really?
to ride. Yeah. Yeah, the power's so much more rideable. So anyways, I got a decent start, and obviously I think it was the second lap when Ricky looped out off the Dragon's back. And I swear at that moment, I don't know what place I was in, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that, right? It was like all of us riders looked around because he was so dominant, and our eyes were this big, like, we got a chance to win here. Let's get it on, right? And I think that's why the whole race got so crazy, is because everyone finally felt like, hey, this is my shot, right? So I think there was maybe 8 different leaders in that race.
It was crazy,
It was
dude.
crazy.
I watched it last night just
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
rewatch it.
Oh, I love it. But of course, but the one thing I remember was, I could hear the crowd.
It was gnarly, dude.
It was
you
kind
can
of
hear it through
like
this.
Malcolm at Tampa, right?
Yep,
They were
yep.
following him around the track, and I took the white flag because it was so crazy. Because I actually tipped over at one point too.
Yeah, you crashed. McGrath was behind you, right?
I think one of us hit the tough block with
Yeah.
our front brake, and it tipped us over. I can't remember if he was in front of
I
me.
think you were in front of him,
Yeah,
and then
probably.
he hit you.
And he hit me.
Yeah.
So, so many leaders, but I took the white flag, and I'm like, it dawned on me. I'm like, I'm the one leading this here right now for the white flag. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm letting somebody pass me on the final lap of this race. After all that's went down, I'm bringing this home. And the crowd was so intense. I thought Ricky was like
right on you.
Like I'm seeing his wheel in every turn, and he was close, but he wasn't that close. And another thing, like I kind of mentioned with Malcolm, is at the end of that race, after the finish line, checker flag, I roll up on the next jump, and Carmichael pulls on one side and McGrath pulls on the other side, and they're both congratulating me. And I felt like they were truly happy for me in that moment. And then, now I have a picture of me standing in between both of those legends. Those are two guys. Like, I got to stand on the top step of the podium and around, and it was pretty amazing. Of course, that's my only win in that class, but
Hey, if you're gonna have one,
yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was very special, and maybe that's the part of the feeling that comes with Malk's win as well.
Well, I think that's one of the things that makes that win with Malcolm probably so special. Is right now you can really relate to him in that way of like what it took to get that, because you think about the guys that you're racing against. This is one of the unfortunate things about motocross. Like, imagine if Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath, Chad Reed, James Stewart were never born. Kevin Windham probably has 140 Supercross wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's like you get it's just pot luck as to who the people are that are around you.
Yeah.
And like your win is like standing on a podium with 1 and 2 best of all time.
Jeez,
that
crazy,
that they won the lion's share of races for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so wild the dominance that can happen in this sport, and you just like you just got a moment in between those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, look at this. So this is now Lusk. No, I think Fonseca's still out front at this point.
No. I think that Ernie is in third right there, right? Or is that because you had Tortelli was in this? That's
Tortelli.
Ernesto in third.
Oh, so this is for the lead right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's right.
Ezra
Ferry goes down in the whoops.
Ezra screws up too, I think, right? he crashes, I think, in the whoops, or he parks on the side, or maybe that was Red Dog.
There goes Ferry.
Okay. But at some point, Ezra goes down.
Yeah.
Something happens with him.
Yeah. Just crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like Ferry, I don't think he ever won one either, a 450
Did
race.
he never win one?
I don't think so. Not Supercross, right?
Like
So,
you said, dude, short list.
I mean, everybody that got in the lead here was just like, okay, and then they just something would happen, and then boom, I got in there, and I'm just like, especially when I took the white flag, I was like, I'm not gonna be the guy who lets this go, you know.
And Carmichael, this is like a Sexton Hangtown ride right now.
Yeah,
Just ripping through the pack.
yeah, he was coming. I'm lucky that it wasn't just timed events like it is
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes plus a lap. I would have probably been in trouble with old Ricky and his visor down in his face.
Dude, and like way before the magnetic visors too. So like he's probably like
he couldn't get it off. I think at one point he tried and it wouldn't come off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like actually in the way.
Yeah.
So where is he at? Yeah.
He would have moved into second right here, I think.
This is when he looked over and did the point.
Oh, yeah, this is where, Jeremy always talks about, like, I look over and all I see was,
there's Ferry down in the
Ferry
woods.
went crashed. So that put me in the lead.
17
That
to
was
20.
70.
So
So we'd
there's
be coming up on 2 laps right now.
Yeah. 3 laps as of right now.
Yeah.
Ferry's just like, dude.
I'm sure that plays.
How
over.
were those bikes bad in the whoops, or was it better in the whoops because you had a bit more power?
It was good in some ways, but we hadn't learned at that time. Like higher gear was better. Like it just got a little aggressive sometimes. Hard to ride, and that frame at the time on the Honda was a little twitchy and a little like it would build up pressure and then snap and release. So it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was still a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
But go for just a little bit more. Is this the last lap?
Should be. It's got to be pretty close.
It'd have to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, final lap.
So this is where I'm like hearing the crowd and I'm going, oh my gosh, he's gonna get me in any corner. So if you watch at the end of the whoop section, I'm like, there's no way I'm going outside. So I like almost screwed the whoops up trying to slow down to get to the inside.
Well, the lap before was sketchy through the woods.
Yes.
There was one, I think it was the lap before this. And I'm like, oh no, because that's like where everyone crashed. But yeah, once you got through there, that's it.
Yeah. And I was like, still couldn't believe that I took the win there. Checker flags. And old Bundy, he'd get emotional. He was for sure crying right here.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's the photo right there.
Yeah. See, that's like it was like such a good feeling that they were actually. It felt like they were happy
stoked
for me.
for you.
Yeah.
They would have been for sure.
No, I think so. I mean, obviously, I still talk to both of them to this day, and they've always been nice to me, cool to me.
That's super cool. I mean, it's just that whole race. Like, if you're gonna win one, that's the one.
That was good.
That's the one you want to win.
Weird thing is, that was Pontiac right before we moved kind of into Detroit, but I always had good races there. My whole life. The first night show I think I made, I could be wrong about that, but the first podium I got was in Michigan or Pontiac, and then I won several. I just always it's weird. It's a different track every year, but if you're good at a venue, some reason it usually comes back out.
Look at Cooper Arlington.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Crazy.
How's he won like 7 races?
Yeah, it's so nuts. Like, but it happens. I mean, it would make sense if it was the same track every year.
Yeah. No, I've never got that either. Just mojo feeling.
Yeah. Dirt, but sometimes they change the dirt and it still works out.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.